Look at this for a second. The Grizzlies miss a shot, and well, there's one guy that jumps up like he's on a trampoline, and while he's mid-air, makes a tap pass for a wide open dunk. Well, who is this player? His name is Jaylen Wells, and the dude got drafted 39th in this recent draft, and well, the Grizzlies just did it again. They go out and find gems in every single draft. And well, would you believe me if I said that Stephen Curry scored 2 points? And the reason for this was Jaylen Wells. And well, thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. And well, how is he playing so well as a rookie? Well, it all starts off with defense, because as the Warriors are inbounding the ball, everyone else is running back. But Jaylen Wells is playing full court defense and is worried about the inbound. And once you do that, you could chase the ball and get your team another opportunity. Even on this play, Steph is trying to get free, but Jaylen Wells is just chasing him and make sure he doesn't get the ball. And well, as the opposing team, if Steph Curry doesn't even touch the ball, that is amazing, because that means someone else is going to have to shoot, and you live with a Kevon Looney close shot. And that was the whole game plan. Don't let Steph Curry touch the ball. But here's what Jaylen Wells had to say when a reporter asked him, how are you going to guard Steph Curry?
You hold Steph Curry to just 2 points tonight. What do you go in with the mindset of what is important when you're defending Steph Curry, and what did you do well?
Don't let him touch it. Don't ever let up. You know, he likes to lull you to sleep, pretend he's not going to go, and then move all of a sudden. So my biggest thing was just staying low, staying engaged the whole time.
And that's exactly what he did. He made sure Steph didn't grab that ball. He made sure he stayed low. But defense isn't the only reason why Jaylen Wells is playing good this season. He is one of the best paint finishers and paint creators in the entire NBA. And when we look at a shot chart, we could see that he shoots 58% from the paint, and this is with the most volume. He takes all of his shots there mostly. And well, let me tell you this, he's one of the craftiest players I've seen, and the way he gets into the paint is by using an in and out move, and that opens up the lane to drive into the paint. But once he's in the paint, he has the concentration to go up and hit an and one bucket. But since he's so lethal in the paint, it can also open up playmaking opportunities, because over here he could get the ball in the left wing and act like he's gonna jab to the left, but instead that gives him room to get into the paint, and once he's in the paint, all he has to do is find the cutter, and that's an easy bucket. But the paint playmaking does not stop, because he will run at you full speed and then put the brakes on to get himself into the paint. And once the man's in the paint, he's just gonna scout out for the cuts, and he finds another one to get the Memphis Grizzlies another bucket. As a rookie, this is what you need to do, the simple things that gets you minutes. And once you get minutes, this is when you start to up your game and do things away from the paint. Because after he got some more run, he felt a little bit more comfortable being on the ball. And on this play, he wants to go deep in the paint, but he knows that he has to back out of the paint to give room for cutters. So he goes out and gives room for the cutter to go into the paint, and he finds them for the easy bucket. But ladies and gentlemen, there's way more to this dude's game. But before I break that down, shout out to BetUS, because you can actually go on their website and bet on Jaylen Wells to win the Rookie of the Year. The odds are absolutely crazy. Jared McCain's out of this race, and I think that once the Grizzlies start to get better with their record and Jaylen Wells playing good, I think he could do it. So I'm going to go ahead and place it. And if you guys want to place it too, BetUS is offering a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. Now back to the video, because believe it or not, Jaylen Wells has a pretty good post fadeaway. He will run right at you, hit you with a couple of pump fakes, and if you don't budge, he's just gonna fade away and shoot it in your face. He can also get deep in the paint and go right back into that post position, hit you with a shimmy, and when you bite for that shimmy, he will fade away once again and hit it in your face. And while in the same game, the Grizzlies go back to that exact same spot, and he goes right to the fadeaway. This dude is one of the most confident young players I've watched. Because believe it or not, this post fade is one of the hardest shots in the NBA. It looks a little bit easy, but it really isn't. You need to have the footwork, and especially you have to have the touch. But the next factor that makes Jaylen Wells so elite is his ability to fill in the lanes and cut. Over here, when the Grizzlies get a stop, you can look at the body language of every single player. And we'll look at Jaylen Wells. His body is already facing forward and ready to sprint, and that allows him to fill in that lane and get a very quick transition bucket. And well, when it comes to cutting, you could put Jaylen Wells in the corner and expect him to cut whenever he thinks is the perfect time. And well, when Michael Porter Jr. turns his head away from him, that's when he cuts right into the paint, and that split second time is enough for Jaylen Wells to get into the paint and get an and one bucket. And well, believe it or not, Michael Porter Jr. got bullied again in a different game because Jaylen Wells was sitting in the corner again and cuts on him to get himself a wide open dunk. Yo guys, one like is one prayer for Michael Porter Jr. This guy is being absolutely bullied by a rookie. And in college, a lot of people were saying that Jaylen Wells couldn't play defense, especially his Washington State coaches. And well, this is what he had to say about that.
It feels good. You know, my Washington State coaches used to say I can't play defense, so I'm gonna make sure I send a screenshot to the defensive coach.
Damn, that's gonna be one of the greatest screenshots of all time, man. But I still think you guys haven't seen enough of the defensive side, and I'm gonna show you one sequence, and this should be enough. On this play, Jaylen Wells is very low to the ground, so he could stay to the hip of Curry, so whenever he moves, he could move with him. And boom, right when Curry has that burst of speed, Jaylen Wells knows exactly what Curry's gonna do. And while he predicts the screen, goes to that right side, and well, Curry has nowhere to go now. And well, after that, you think he's done. No, he continues to follow Curry till the corner and make sure he doesn't touch the ball once. And well, after that game, we just got word that the Memphis Grizzlies rookie standout Jaylen Wells has signed with Nike. I guess Nike sees the vision too. He could be a possible defensive player of the year going forward. But as a rookie, Jaylen Wells is going to have to go through the ups and the downs because there was a game where he was guarding Luka Doncic. I don't even think he fouled him that game. His hands were up and Luka still got the calls. That's what's going to happen when you're a rookie. Not all calls are going to go your way, but it's all about that mindset. And well, Jaylen Wells has that. And while his Grizzlies team is also perfectly constructed for him to actually do well, and especially on the defensive end, when you have a player like Marcus Smart to help you, a former defensive player of the year, that's when you're going to do even better. And well, we could even see in this shot chart that he's shooting a crazy 41% from the left corner, 42 from the right, 41 from the left, and basically 40 from every single spot. Believe it or not, I think that he could get better at shooting the three. And by better, I mean more volume, and still 40% would be absolutely amazing. And well, once again, guys, the Grizzlies went in the draft, they got a player that's gonna help them, and you could see it's clearly working. They're second in the West. They're gonna be a playoff team, and with playoff experience comes even faster player development because some players that get drafted to bad teams don't get the opportunity to play in the playoffs. And that's major because in the playoffs, you see things you don't see in the regular season. And that's where I think that Jaylen Wells is going to play the best in the playoffs, when you have to play that rugged offense and get buckets the hard way. Let me know what you guys think about him. Do you think he could be a defensive player of the year going forward? And do you see him winning the rookie of the year this season? If you guys enjoyed today's breakdown, go ahead and smash that like. Helps get the video out to many more people, and hit that subscribe because we're almost at 20K subs, which is crazy. And thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video.